The new 7 wonders of the world, announced in 2007, represent modern architectural achievements selected through the global public vote. These sites, including the Great Wall of China, Petra, Christ the Redeemer, Machu Picchu, Chichen Itza, and the Colosseum, and the Taj Mahal, granted over 100 million votes. They are recognized for their global architectural excellence and cultural significance. However, a point of discussion arises regarding the absence of ancient Indian temples from this list. India possesses numerous temples with a remarkable architectural merit. This is Parinita and you are watching NTV. Despite India being home to some of the world's most extraordinary ancient temples, they were not included in the modern 7 wonders simply because the new 7 wonders campaign was a one-time global voting event held in 2007. With no system for updating the list afterward, the selection process depended heavily on worldwide publicity, internet participation, and the large promotional campaigns area where India did not aggressively promote any specific temple. As a result, globally popular monuments gained votes, while India's complex and diverse temple heritage remained overshadowed. Another major reason is that India has hundreds of architectural exceptional temples, making it difficult to nominate just one, while many international committees tend to prefer non-religious or inactive monuments over labeled temples with daily rituals. Combined with limited global awareness, historical Western bias, and lack of coordinated national promotion, India's ancient temples were unintentionally sidelined, leading to ongoing debate about why such timeless architectural wonders never recognized in the update list. So the question arises, why does the world celebrate foreign monuments as wonders, while India's ancient temples are old and more advanced are quietly ignored in the global 7 wonder list? Did India's ancient temple fail to bias against Eastern and Hindu architectural heritage? Did India's ancient temples fail to enter the 7 wonders because of the global neglect or because India itself didn't fight for them? Is the modern 7 wonders is truly global or popularity contents driven by the Western promotion and politics? Why are temples like Kailasha, Konark and Brihadeeshwara never considered wonder, despite engineering feats that modern science still cannot fully explain? Does the world intentionally sideline Hindu temple architecture due to the cultural discomfort or lack of understanding? If the Taj Mahal can be a wonder, why can't the Kailash temple, carved from a single rock, claim its rightful place? In the end, the debate over why India's ancient temples were never included in the modern 7 wonder list is more than just a question of recognizing, is a reminder of how easily global narratives overlook civilization with the deepest roots. The Meenakshi temple, over 2,900 years old, exemplifies Dravidian architecture with its monumental gateway towers known as Gopurams, intricate carving and a complex layout. The complex features 14 gopurams including 4 imposing exterior, one facing the cardinal directions, abundant with thousands of vibrant sculptures depicting Hindu mythology. Inside it house elaborately decorated halls, a scared pond and the thousands of carved pillars, notably the Hall of 1,000 Pillars, while the temple origin are ancient. Dating back to the 6th century BC, the majority of current structure was built by the Naika dynasty rulers, especially King Tirumalai Nayak in the 16th and 17th century, following the temple destruction by the Muslim invaders. In the 14th century, the city of Madurai itself was resonated around the temple in a concentric street pattern, reflecting the square planning principle of Vastu Shastra. The Kailasanath temple, Ellora is a significant example of large-scale rock-cut temple, carved from the single basalt rock. Its architecture blends Dravidian and Nagara style, achieved through excavation from the top to bottom. A process of involved the price removal of an estimated 200,000 tons of rock. Comprise a multi-story gateway, a large hall mandapa, and the pyramidal shrine topped by Sikhara, all richly decorated with the sculpture of deities, epic scenes and the mythical figure. The next is Khajuraho temple, built by the Chandala dynasty between 950 and 1050 AD. Renowned for their Nagara style architecture characterized by curvilinear towers, sikharas, and a specific layout. These temples are celebrated for their intricate and abundant sculptural work, including well-known erotic sculptures, are situated on the elevated, often decorated platforms. Their design, including the Skantam Garbhagriha and the main hall Mahamandapa, reflect the four goals of human life in Hinduism: Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. Some interpretations suggest the sculptures served in educational purpose, illustrating the role of householders within the Vedic tradition, integrating human instincts for the sensational of spiritual. The majority of the temple are constructed from fine-grained light-colored sidestone sourced from the Pana quarries on the Ken River bank. Granite was primarily used foundation and a few early temples like Chosat Yogini temple. Temples are built using precise mortise and the tongs joints to interlock the stone blocks held in place by gravity-alone. Without the use of mortar, the precision of the joints allowed to integrate and highly detailed carving. The artistic mastery lies in the dynamic poses and detailed expression of the figures, which appear to have a sense of movement and life. The Konark temple, a masterpiece of Kalinga. Architecture is designed as the colossal chariot for the sun god Surya. It features 24 intricately carved stone wheels and the 7 horses, symbolizing solar and weekly cycles. While the main Skantam Rekha Dola has collapsed, surviving the assembly hall. Jagamohana showcased the temple grand concept. The 12 pair of wheels represent the month, the 8 spoke of each wheel symbolize segment of a day, and the 7 horses represent the day of week. The temple alignment with the east to capture the first ray of rising sun is a notable feature. This is a magnificent example of Kalinga architecture, uniquely crafted by the colossal chariot for sun god Surya. It is celebrated for the architectural splendor and the exceptional detail of sculptural artistry. Designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1984. The temple stands as a testament of peak of 13th century. Craftsmanship and engineering wall are abundant with the vast collection of carving depicting musicians, dancers, celestial figures and the scenes of everyday life, such as hunting, domestic activities and the royal possessions. The intricate carving also feature a variety of animal and mythological creatures. The temple is particularly noted for the epic erotic sculptures known as Mithunasans. The carvings are understood to reflect ancient Indians' belief regarding the significance of intimacy and the place of sexuality with the life and spiritual pursuit. Among its most striking sculptural elements are life-size statues of lions, overpowering elephants, the 7 horses captured in dynamic motion, and the prominent idol of the sun god in its various forms representing the morning, midday and evening, sun display on the exterior wall. And the next is Somnath temple, a highly venerated shrine dedicated to Lord Shiva. Holds significant spiritual importance for devotees both nationally and internationally. This temple stands as a luminous representation of profound spirituality, embodying the nation's rich tradition, culture and heritage. Located in the Nishkarsha, Gujarat, the Somnath temple is a sought temple and recognized as the one of the 12 ribbed Shiva Jyotirlingams situated across the country. The temple is a marble characterized by its elaborate and grand design featuring numerous rich and intricate carvings. It is a 7-story structure reaching a height of 155 feet. The architectural system employed is that of Chalukya period. The temple aesthetic directly reflects the masterful masonry skill of Sampuras, who are renowned as Gujarat master craftsmen. The temple unique placement is noteworthy. It is situated such that from the Somnath seashore, no landmass is visible until Antarctica. Crowning the temple Sikhara is a magnificent kalash or pot vessels weighing approximately 10 tons. A flag measuring 37 feet adorns the summit. Adjacent to the temple entrance, an engaging photo gallery display image chronicling the ancient temple's history, including its ruin reconstruction and exhibitions. The temple architecture is exceptional, enhanced by stunning stone carving and the sculptures in it internally. The temple comprises a Garbhagriha housing a Jyotirlingam, a Subha Mandapa or assembly hall, or a Nitya Mandap. The ceiling is constructed from the limestone and decorated with the exquisite watercolor painting. Historical accounts suggest the temple interior was once openly adorned with precious gems and jewels. However, the temple has historically faced numerous attacks and invasions aimed at plundering its immense wealth. The Jagannath Puri Temple stands as a remarkable testament to the Kalinga architectural style. The distinct substyle, a part of broader Nagara order of Hindu temple architecture, is notably observed in numerous temples across the Odisha region. Its defining features including soaring spires and detailed stone carving. No shadow. The temple does not cast a shadow, regardless of time of the day, which defies scientific principle of house shadow formation. There are several observations associated with the temple that have led to local beliefs and discussion. Firstly, it is noted no craft or bird are observed flying directly over the temple dome, giving rise to the idea of unseen boundary above. Secondly, the triangular flag situated at the summit of temple reportedly moves against the prevailing wind direction. Thirdly, a distinct phenomenon suddenly silencing ocean's roars upon entering the main temple area, with the sound resuming as one exits. Furthermore, it is observed that the sea breeze in Puri travel in a direction opposite to land breeze, a behavior that deviates from the unusual pattern coastal. Lastly, the Sudarshan Chakra, a disc-like emblem at the temple apex. It's said to appear as if it is a facing observer, regardless of their location with the city. Unakoti, district architectural site of characteristic by the monumental rock, cut has relief sculptures, sculpted directly into the hillsides and cliffs. This works dating from the 7th to 9th century. Depict various Hindu deities. A central striking feature is the 30-foot high Shiva head known as Unakateshwara Kal Bhairava, notable for its 10-foot headdress. The site also features substantial figures of Ganesha, standing 35 feet tall, numerous Nandi bulls. The architectural approach is unique, utilizing natural rock as both medium and the surface for carving, with shallow refill techniques prevalent. The primary architectural element comprises a vast array of sculptures integrated into the natural rock formation. Beyond the cliff carving, many detached low-relief sculptures are also found, dispersed across the hills. The sculptures are thoroughly integrated with the natural environment, with streams and waterfalls often following nearby, and in some instances over the figure themselves. A notable example is the waterfall that cascades over the Ganesha sculptures during the monsoon season. The site's remote location, restricted access have been instrumental in preserving and historical integrity, safeguarding it from innocuous development. The name Unakoti, translating into one less than a core, derived from the legend suggesting that the nearly 10 million divine carvings were once created here. However, the precise origins purpose of this carving remain a subject of historical inquiry. A prominent legend, Lord Shiva is a cult, recount the Lord Shiva, accompanied by the 10 million god and goddess, paused at site overnight en route to Kasi. Upon waking in the morning, Shiva found himself to be only one awake and consequently turned the other into stone, thus creating one less than a core of carving. An alternative local tradition, the Kallu Kumar, the sculpture legend, tells of a portal sculpture devoted to Parvati, wishing to join Shiva Parvati on their journey to Mount Kailas. Kallu Kumar was challenged by Shiva to create 10 million Shiva images overnight. Despite her delight efforts, she fell short by a single sculpture as drawn broke. Shiva then used to this justify leaving Kalu and his unfinished work at the site. However, a point of discussion emerged concerning the omission of ancient Indian temples from the particular list. It is noteworthy that India is home to a significant number of temples, renowned for their exceptional architecture and mysterious qualities. These temples crave from mountains aligned with stars and powered by timeless science do not need a title to prove their greatness, yet their absence from their list raises an uncomfortable truth. The world definition of a wonder may be incomplete without India's ancient architectural masterpiece. Perhaps the time has come for India and the world to rethink what we truly call a wonder, because some wonder don't need books. They simply need to be seen, understood and acknowledged.